Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's that time to do our best bets on all of our Week 11 NFL games. We have like 13 or 14 games left over. The Thursday night game is already in the books. We practically hit the final score on the head. Perfect. We're already 1-0 to start the week out. Let's try to keep that momentum going. We're going to look at all of the remaining games, the Sunday games, the Monday night game, and try to predict the outcome, the winner, loser, final score. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on the best bets this week, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. First things first, before we even get started, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. What's your favorite pick coming up this weekend? Who do you think is going to win this games? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment below. Click on the links up there. I would appreciate it. Guys, let's jump right into it, kicking it off on Sunday. Moving on to our Sunday game, Sunday, November 16th, 9:30 a.m. We've been in London, we've been in Dublin, we've been in Berlin. Now this is our Madrid game, 9:30 a.m. NFL Network. The Miami Dolphins 3-7 against the 3-7 Washington Commanders. Both these teams looking in search of their fourth win. Washington 51.5% chance to win. The Dolphins 48.1%. Practically a 50-50 split with the fan vote right down the middle. The big news here, Jaden Daniels again not going to be under center for the Commanders. They're going to have Marcus Mariota, very serviceable backup. Interesting to note, both starting quarterbacks here from Honolulu, Hawaii. It's the Hawaii Bowl. Right now, Jaden Daniels, without him, Marcus Mariota, a lot of pressure on him. Has to get this team back on track. The Commanders have had a lot of injuries. Krosky Merritt's been banged up. Debo's been banged up. Scary Terry's been banged up. Their defense has been getting gashed left and right. But the Dolphins also have a lot going against them. They fired their GM. McDaniels on the hot seat, but supposedly not getting fired coming off the offseason. But don't forget what they just did last week. They just upset the Buffalo Bills. They didn't just upset them. They beat the living crap out of the Bills last week. I don't even know how that happened, but it happened. We all saw it happen. It's not a mirage. Can they turn that into something going forward? Dolphins fans probably don't want it to be something going forward. They probably want to dive the season, get a good draft pick, but it is what it is. Maybe this team can slowly claw their way back close to 500. Dolphins 2.5-point favorites, 47.5 over under. Tua, 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, 13 picks. Got to keep the picks down. Achin, Waddle stepping in perfectly. Washington, 22.3 points a game. Throwing for 190, running for 135, 28 points a game. The Dolphins, 21 points a game. Throwing for 192, running for 107, giving up 25.6 points a game. You can't forget what they did last week. So I'm not going to lie, I ultimately flip-flop back and forth on this game. First, I had the Commanders winning when this week started, but as the week went along, Jaden Daniels isn't playing. The Dolphins should be at full strength, obviously, without Hill. The Dolphins win 24-21. They cover the spread, but I'll go with the other. Then on Fox at 1 p.m., the 4-5 Houston Texans. I don't know how they did it. They had that great comeback when they stormed back fourth quarter, beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're on the road here versus the 1-8 Tennessee Titans. There's no one else you'd rather play when you need one win to get you back to 500. Who better than to go up against the 1-8 Tennessee Titans, who have virtually zero offense right now? Titans 32.1% chance to win. The Texans a 67.7% chance to win, and the number one statistical overall defense in the NFL. Tennessee, they are going to be the underdogs here at home. Houston 7-point favorites, 38.5 over under. Vegas is a lower scoring game. Don't forget C.J. Stroud did not play last week. If he comes back to play here, that would greatly help this offense, although they had no issues moving the ball second half. They have Chubb, and they have Nico Collins. When Nico Collins is healthy, he's a legit wide receiver number one. On the other side, Tennessee, Cameron Ward, got to feel so bad for Cam Ward. He's been going up against really good defenses. This week is going to be no easier versus the number one defense. He has no O-line. Everyone on the team has butterfingers. He's virtually by himself. The team overall has to step up to lift up the rookie quarterback. Houston, 22.7 points a game. Throwing for 220, running for 111, giving up 16.7 points a game. They have a great secondary, and they have a great front seven. Tennessee, 14.4 points a game. Bottom two offense in the NFL. Throwing for 163, running for 81. Virtually no ground game. A quarterback's best friend is being able to consistently run the ball. Titans can't do that, and they're giving up 28.6 just because the other team always starts off with really good field position. Give me the Houston Texans winning this one on the road. 24-13, the defense dominates. Houston walks away with the win here. That defense is too good versus this Titans offense. They cover the spread. We'll go with the over. 1 p.m. on Fox, the 6-3 Chicago Bears. How about the Bears? Completely different team. Since Ben Johnson took over, the offense is a lot more efficient. Caleb Williams looks a lot more comfortable. He actually has a bunch of second-half come-from-behind wins so far this season, showing that he's clutch. 2,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 picks. He doesn't have happy feet. He's comfortable in this offense. The defense does stink. Let's just call it like it is. They're not good at all, but this offense will make this Chicago Bears team competitive. They're on the road versus the 4-5 Minnesota Vikings. The big issue with the Vikings, it's been a quarterback carousel. Wentz is now out, and J.J. McCarthy back in. He's shown some flashes. He's shown some low points, but don't forget, this is technically his rookie season because he didn't get to play last year. Minnesota, 50.3% chance to win. Chicago, 49.3%. Pretty much a 50-50 split down the middle with the fans. The Bears are the underdogs. Vikings at home, 3-point favorites, 48.5 over-under. They're going to have to rely on Mason here. Justin Jefferson, legit wide receiver number one, but J.J. McCarthy, you got to get the balls to your playmakers in space. Chicago, 26.6 points a game. Throwing for 232, running for 147, getting up 27.4 points a game. They give a lot of passing yards. There might be some opportunities, but J.J. McCarthy, he's going to have to take advantage of them when they're there. Minnesota, 22.3 points a game. Throwing for 198, running for 102, giving up 23.7 points a game. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, the comfort level, that's what stands out to me. Give me Chicago on the road, winning this one 26-23. Taking that Chicago offense on the road, the Bears win it, the +3. We're going with the over. Fox at 1 p.m., the 5-5 Carolina Panthers. Gave some credit to the Panthers. Great second half to last season. Pretty much picked up this season right where they left off. I said last year, if you give Bryce Young a consistent, reliable run game, he can work the play action pretty decent. They have Dowdle 800 yards rushing. McMillan almost 700 yards receiving. The guy's a rookie. They'll be on the road versus the 3-6 Atlanta Falcons. Both these teams are in very similar situations. What I mean by that is they're back and floor. Flip a coin. That's going to be the outcome of this game. Who's actually going to show up to play here? Carolina's a 41% chance to win. Atlanta, 58.7% chance. The Falcons at home, 3.5-point favorites, 42.5 over-under. Really difficult game to call here. Penix loves the deep vertical passing game, but his passes have to be accurate. They have to be on. Bijan Robinson has basically been carrying the load for this team. London's also stepped up nicely. Carolina, 17.7 points a game, throwing for 164, running for 133, giving up 22.2 points a game, which is actually 13 points better than last year's team. That's how much improved this Panthers club is. Falcons, 18.7 points a game, throwing for 211, running for 119, giving up 23.2 points a game. Both teams have decent defenses. Like I said before, though, it's just who's going to show up this game. Very difficult game to call. Falcons at home, that has to be worth something there, but for some reason I'm feeling the Panthers might pull off the upset on the road. Give me Carolina 20-17, but again, this is one of those games I'm going to personally stay far away from this one because you can make a very strong valid case for either one of these clubs to walk away with the win. I will admit, like I said, this could be a little bit of a spread here, but give me the Panthers, the +3.5, going with the under. 1 p.m. on Fox, the 5-3-1 Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, what the heck was that Monday night? Back-to-back weeks where the offense has been completely abysmal. This team's been all over the place this season. First 2 weeks looked like one of the best teams in the NFL. Now they're just skating by. The talent's there. They just got to start playing like it. They have to get the offense going. Jordan Love, you have to start putting some product on the field. They'll be on the road versus the 2-8 New York Giants. Daboll's been fired probably 2 or 3 seasons too late. Guy should have gotten fired a long time ago. Jackson Dart, he is questionable. So many injuries. Scattaboo, Neighbors. The only thing holding things up has been Jackson Dart. Robinson coming in having a great season, but Jackson Dart's banged up right now. Might play this game, might not play this game. New York, 43.7% chance to win. Green Bay, 56% chance to win. Green Bay, 7-point favorites on the road, 43.5 over-under. Packers, 23.7 points a game, throwing for 237, running for 112. Expect a steady dose of Jacobs. Love, he's not a true dual-threat quarterback, but he can extend plays with his legs. 2,300 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, 13 picks. I need to see more aggressive from him. He needs to be a lot more decisive on the field. They're only giving up 19.3. Solid defense. Like I said, the weakness right now is just the offense. Giants, 21.7 points a game, throwing for 210, running for 123, giving up 27.3. Just so many injuries to the team, man. The coach has been fired on top of that. Give me the Packers rebounding with a win. Packers walk away with the W. They win 27-17. They cover the spread, and we're just barely going with the over. CBS at 1 p.m. The 7-3 LA Chargers. This is Harbaugh's team here. Justin Herbert having a great season throwing the ball. 2,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, 8 picks. It's a shame they lost Hampton. Hampton was a massive loss there. He was having a great start to the season. Vidal stepped in nicely. Ladd McClonkey closing in on 700 yards. They got to get that Chargers defense back to what it was last year, but it's slowly clawing their way back there. They'll be on the road in Jacksonville, Florida versus the 5-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags, really good defense, aggressive defense. They create a lot of takeaways. They create a lot of pressure in the backfield, and the Chargers don't have the best offensive line. Actually, they probably have one of the worst. But what happened to the Jags this past weekend? Will they be able to rebound that? That was an awful collapse. They got to get their mind straight, get it back on track. Jacksonville, 42.8% chance to win. Chargers, 56.8. Trevor Lawrence, 10 touchdowns, 7 picks. Travis Etienne closing in on 700 yards. Brian Thomas just hasn't been the Brian Thomas from last year. LA, 24 points a game, throwing for 245, running for 123, giving up 20.3 points a game. The Jags, 22.8 points a game, throwing for 205, running for 120, giving up 24.4, basically shutting down the run, only giving up 91.7 yards per game. Really good, very good aggressive front seven. The Jags are the underdogs. The Chargers, 3-point favorites at home, 43.5 over-under. The Jags can make a real stand here, get things back on track, get back to being 2 games over 500. But the Chargers, to me, they're the hotter team, the better quarterback play, the better overall defense. I don't like the offensive line, but I think they have enough to win. They win at 27-20. Chargers cover the spread, going with the over here. Oh, guys, I really hate calling this one. 1 p.m. on CBS, the 3-6 Cincinnati Bengals. They have Chase. They have Higgins. Might be the best 1-2 wide receiver combo in the country. Flacco, since Flacco's come in to fill up for Joe Burrow and Jake Browning, he's been slinging the ball up and down the field. 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's only been on this team for like 3 or 4 weeks and putting up great numbers. But you know how the Bengals are. Virtually a non-existent defense. To win any game, they have to win it in a shootout fashion. They're on the road versus the 5-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. Rodgers isn't, quite 2010 Packers form Rodgers, but he's still looking pretty good this season. Can't complain about it. For Tomlin's team, 58% chance to win. Bengals 41.6. Pittsburgh 5.5-point favorites, 49.5 over/under. Look for Warren. Look for DK Metcalf. Rodgers, when he gets the ball to his weapons, the big question for the Steelers is, can their defense actually get back to playing Mike Tomlin defense? They don't have a good defense this year. Cincinnati, 24 points a game. Throwing for 229, running for 78.8. Do not like that rush offense. They're giving up 33.3 points a game. 260 through the air, 166 on the ground. This defense is god-awful. And for the Steelers, 23.6 points a game. Throwing for 195, running for 85.7, giving up 24.4 points a game. Guys, I went back and forth in this game. I actually flip-flopped back and forth. I originally had the Bengals pulling off the upset on the road, but I think being at Pittsburgh gives the Steelers just a slight edge to where they can squeak by. Pittsburgh wins this one 28-26. So again, I will trust that Bengals offense to at least keep it close. Give me the plus 5.5. Give me the over. This next matchup is fireworks written all over. This could be a very high-scoring game. Could go down to the end of the fourth. Could go down to the very final drive. Both these guys putting up MVP caliber stats. 1 p.m. on CBS. The 6-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How the Buccaneers are 6-3 with the amount of injuries they've had to this receiving core is incredible. But Baker Mayfield, he's been playing like a true MVP candidate this season. 2,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, 2 picks. Basically, everyone on this team has been injured. Just give this guy a warm body. He will feed them the ball. They're on the road here versus the 6-3 Buffalo Bills. I don't know what the heck that was versus the Dolphins. They got to rebound. They got to get the offense back on track. I've been saying for like 2 or 3 seasons now, the biggest issue for the Bills, they have no true wide receiver number 1. Josh Allen, the rating MVP award winner, 2,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks. He also has like 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns. Cook, almost 1,000 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. But where's that true number 1 threat? They haven't had it since they lost Diggs. Buffalo, 60.7% chance to win. Tampa Bay, 39% chance to win. Bills are 5.5-point favorites, 48.5 over/under. Tampa Bay, 24.4 points a game. Throwing for 229, running for 100, giving up 22.9 points a game. The Bills, really good offense, 27.6 points a game. Throwing for 231, running for 153. Really good balance, actually one of the most balanced teams in the NFL. They can throw it, they can run it. They have a running back. They also have a running dual-threat quarterback, and they're giving up 21.9. Tough game to call. I'm going to go out there. Give me the Bucks pulling off the upset in Buffalo. Sounds crazy. It is what it is. Bucks win 28-24. Tough game, but calling the upset here. Give me the plus 5.5, going with the over. 4:05 p.m. on Fox. The 6-4 San Francisco 49ers, just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, how they're 2 games over 500, that's a big mystery. Everyone's been hurt on this team. The healthiest person, believe it or not, has been Christian McCaffrey so far. He's been carrying this team on his back, 700 rushing yards, 700 receiving yards, might get 1,000 season. Everyone else around him, they've been falling like flies, but they got the quarterback settled right now, and they have Jennings back, and they have Kittle back. They can score some points. The defense starting to play better. They're on the road versus the 3-6 Arizona Cardinals. The big issue for the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, Brissett, who starts, doesn't matter. Brissett actually is not putting up bad numbers. 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 picks. Cardinals, 42.1% chance to win. 49ers, 57.5. San Francisco, 2.5-point favorites. 48.5 over-under. They're averaging 22 points a game. Throwing for 261, running for 95. I want to see them bump those rush yards up. You will have to be able to run the ball once you make the playoffs. They're giving up 23 points a game. Cardinals, 22.4 points a game. throwing for 203, running for 113, giving up 23.9 points a game. They actually don't have a bad defense. It's just they're on the field a lot, and there's been way too many quarterbacks shuffling back and forth. 49ers bring the offense on the road. McCaffrey has a great day. 49ers win 28-20. They cover the spread. We'll go with the under just barely. 4:05 p.m. on Fox. I said there was some playoff caliber football. Check this one out. The 7-2 Seattle Seahawks, one of the best teams in the NFL, hands down, one of the Super Bowl betting favorites on the road versus the 7-2 LA Rams. Both these teams 7 wins, both looking for win number 8. Both a very good probability to make the Super Bowl this year. The Rams with the veteran quarterback, 60.1% chance to win. The Seahawks, the young upstart team, 39.6% chance to win. The Rams at home, 3-point favorites, 48.5 over. You are going to see some elite quarterback play in here. 2 guys that might be front runners for the MVP. Sam Darnold, 2,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6 picks. Pick things up exactly where he left off last season with the Vikings. But Stafford, I've had some people say, yes, he's had more touchdowns, he's had more passing yards, but I think this is Stafford's best season so far, his most efficient season. 2,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, only 2 picks. Both teams can run the ball. Seahawks, Walker, Charbonnet, Smith-Njigba closing in on 1,100 yards. The other side, Williams is having a good year. They have Nakua. 2 top 6 overall offenses. Seattle, 30.6 points a game, throwing for 146, running for 114, only giving up 19.1 points a game. Really good rush defense, only giving up 90.7 on the ground. The Rams are right there with them, 27.9 points a game, throwing for 260, running for 113, only giving up 17 points a game. That's a top 3 defense in the NFL. Both teams have great front sevens. Both get after it. This is a close game between 2 really good offenses, 2 really good defenses. So I'm leaning with the veteran quarterback. Give me the Rams at home, 27-24. That would technically be a push there. Keep your eye on that spread, and we're going to go with the over. Another really good game between 2 playoff caliber teams. One team that was the runner-up to the Super Bowl last year, 4:25 p.m. CBS, the 5-4 Kansas City Chiefs coming off the bye. They've had a full week to prepare for the 8-2 Denver Broncos. One of the best overall records, but Denver kind of comes into this game limping right now. Bo Nix hasn't been at his best. The offense hasn't been at his best, but they have a really good overall team. KC, 60.6% chance to win. Denver, 39.1% chance to win. The Chiefs are the veteran squad, 3.5-point favorites, 44.5 over under. Patrick Mahomes, this is his best passing season in like 2 or 3 seasons. 2,400 yards, 17 touchdowns, 5 picks. Kelsey, Worthy, Brown, the receivers are starting to step up. On the other side, Bo Nix, 18 touchdowns, 8 picks. He's a dual threat quarterback. He will extend plays with his legs. So will Mahomes. Both teams have great front sevens. They love to get in the backfield, create havoc. J.K. Dobbins is banged up. That's a massive loss. Kansas City, 26.1 points a game. Throwing for 249, running for 121, giving up 17.7 points a game. Really good defense. On the other side, Denver 23.5 points a game. Throwing for 206, running for 129, giving up 17.3. Both games have really good defenses. Both have good offenses. The edge on offense goes to the Chiefs. And obviously, they have Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs, with a full week, with the bye week to prepare, with Andy Reid, giving him a full week to dissect this team, I think they have too much with all the veterans. They show up. They beat up the limping Broncos. They win this one 24-20. KC covers the spread, going with the under. CBS at 4:25 p.m. The 4-5 Baltimore Ravens. They've slowly been working their way back to 500. They're almost there. They win one more game. They're back. The playoff hopes are back to being alive. Since Lamar Jackson's come back from his injury, he's completely ignited his team, especially on the offensive side. Since the offense has been playing better, the defense has also been playing better. This entire team is different. Harbaugh's got this team refocused. They have a 79.7% chance to win on the road in Cleveland versus the Browns. The 2-7 Cleveland Browns, a 20.1% chance to win. What honestly gives the Browns a shot is they have a really good defense, a top 5 overall defensive roster, but they're on the field the entire game. They get wore out. The offense can't get first downs. They start to bend. They break third, fourth quarter. Right now, the Ravens, 8.5-point favorites, 39.5 over under. People have this being basically a curb stomping. Ravens, 25.4 points a game, throwing for 181, running for 137, giving up 26.1. But they have Lamar Jackson, 15 touchdowns, 1 picks. He can throw for 4,500. He can run for 1,000. He has Derrick Henry, Flowers, Andrews, likely weapons all over the place. The Browns, they don't have weapons. 16.2 points a game, throwing for 168, running for 97. They only have about 260 yards of offense every game. They're giving up 23.4. But the claim to fame is that defensive front seven. Can they bottle up Lamar Jackson and hold him at bay for not just 1, 2, not 3, but over the course of 4 quarters so their offense can step up? I don't think so. The Ravens win this one 24-17. So we're going with that plus 8.5. The defense of the Browns keeps it somewhat close, and we're going to go with the over. And again, some top-notch playoff caliber football. NBC 8:20 p.m. our second to last game, but final Sunday night game. The 6-3 Detroit Lions. Which version of the Lions show up? They play a great game. They play a bad game. They are coming off a very high-scoring game. They got that offense back on track. They had a number 1 offense last season. They have a top 3 offense right now. They're on the road versus the 7-2, the defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Not a great offensive performance. Jalen Hurts just has not had the accuracy this season pushing the ball down the field, but still, 16 touchdowns, 1 pick. They have Saquon Barkley. They have Smith. They have Brown. They just got to get them the weapons, but the Lions can match them basically position for position and talent. Goff, Gibbs, Montgomery, St. Brown, Laporta, weapons all over the place. Lions 48.6% chance to win. The Philadelphia Eagles 51% chance. Again, practically a 50-50 split. The Eagles at home, 2.5-point favorites. Very close spread, 46.5 over-under. Detroit 31.4 points a game, throwing for 236, running for 136, giving up 22.2 points a game. The Eagles 24.2 points a game, throwing for 192, running for 112, giving up 21.3. It's a very difficult game to call. This was a game I wanted to see in the playoffs, and I hope it lives up to it. But I'm going to ultimately go with the Detroit Lions pulling off the win, keeping that momentum going. The offense makes the difference here versus a talented Eagles team. They win this one 27-23. Detroit wins, so we're going with the plus 2.5, going with the over. And our final game, a Monday night matchup, 8:15 p.m. on ABC. The 3-5-1 Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are on the road, coming off the bye, fully rested here. We know they have one of the best overall statistical offense, but the defense has been something awful. Have they figured out a couple things during the bye? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think their defense is going to be too tested here, though, by the 2-7 Las Vegas Raiders, who can't score points to save their life. Las Vegas 40.5% chance to win. Dallas 59.2. The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites, a 50.5 over/under. I've had to check this spread so many times. It doesn't make sense to me why the spread is so low. This is a good offense versus a god-awful offense, but maybe Vegas knows something that I don't know. Right now, the Cowboys 29.2 points a game, throwing for 258, running for 121, giving up 30.8 points a game. This defense will give any team a shot to win the game. I guess that's the point here with Vegas. They don't respect the Cowboys defense, and it's pretty hard to. Right now, Dak Prescott, 2,400 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6 picks. Williams having a great season running the ball. They didn't have that production in the run game last year. They have it right now. Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. It doesn't get much better than that. Great wide receiver 1-2 combo. Las Vegas, Geno Smith. He throws more interceptions than touchdowns. It's not a winning combo. Las Vegas, 15.4 points a game. Throwing for 185, running for 87. Just a really bad offense, getting a 24.4 points a game. Pete Carroll has to completely flip this roster. They have young pieces. They have Tucker. They have Bowers. They have Genty. But Geno Smith, the guy's not it. Give me the Dallas Cowboys offense making the difference. Dallas wins 33-20. I don't personally fathom the spread being that close. Give me the Cowboys winning it, and they cover the spread. We're going to go with the over. So, guys, that's all of our best bets for all of our Week 11 NFL matchups. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop your comments below. What's your favorite picks? What's your favorite bet this weekend? Leave it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment below. Drop some questions down in the comment, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's sports. Once I do a live video this coming weekend, I will make sure to answer your questions on anything. And, guys, of course, as always, thank you for watching.